we're talking about in a stick shift as well, okay? All of us, I believe, we're in stick shifts. So I determined that, no, I can do this with Dad, we're going to have a great time, we're going to come back buddies. So I'm 16 now, 15, and by the time we even got here to the rec center, we were yelling at each other, we were fighting, I was crying, I was in the middle of the intersection crying, he's telling me what to do, and I'm saying, Dad, I'm trying to shift the car, and I just wanted this whole thing to end. So I came back crying as well. I mission failed on that one. But Dad was also very creative in how he taught us. He taught me how to problem solve very creatively. As you know, Dad was a ham radio operator, and he challenged me with this question of how to hang a wire up a pole, his ham radio wire. But that wire could not touch metal at the top of the pole, and then it would come down the other side. And Dad said, Jerry, I need your help on this. He gave me a piece of paper. He said, see what you can come up with. Somehow I need to get this wire up on my ham pole on the roof and down without touching. And I was pretty young, but I thought, and I couldn't come up with anything. And he kind of led me along a little bit. But the whole time, Dad knew that it's just a U-bolt. He knew that. These existed already. But he wanted to see me process. He wanted to see me learn how to troubleshoot and learn how to solve problems. But all along, Dad knew that the answer was just a U-bolt with some insulation on it. I also remember the days of tuning our TV with Dad. Back in these days, someone had to be on the roof turning the antenna, someone had to be in the backyard translating, and someone had to be in the house turning the knob and turning the knob. So it was me to Roy, Roy to Dad, and of course, there was some yelling, and but we got the job done. Dad was a ham radio operator, and he would love to do ham radio. His call letters were WA6KYP. And out of curiosity, is anyone in this room a ham operator, a ham radio operator? Did that with Dad? Okay. Very good. So Dad would do his ham radio, and that was a great thing, but every time he did his Morse code, it would send interference across the TV. So we would be watching the video of Dad on the radio. For some reason, Dad always caught me when I didn't think he was around. As a young child, I loved to slide my empty bowl of cereal down the counter so it would land in the sink. And sure enough, Saturday morning, I had my empty bowl, and I approached the counter, and I just sent it. And it made it into the sink with a loud clank, and of course, when I looked up, there was Dad. So I got in trouble for that one. But the biggest story I remember of really just downright disobeying Dad was my big adventure of riding bikes. I asked Dad if I could ride my bike from Yosemite down to Broadwood Park. And my dad said, okay, I think you can handle this, but don't go past Broadwood Park. I think you already know where this story is going. We made it to Broadwood Park. We got into the parking lot and we all looked at each other and we just said, let's go to Erringer. I said, okay, let's do. So we went down to Erringer, we passed Erringer, and as we're driving in this, riding on our bikes where we're not supposed to be, who pulls up next to me in his car? Dad. He didn't say anything, he just looked at me and he just went. He didn't give me a ride, he just sent me back home. As most of you know, Dad was also pretty savvy on the computer. Dad's generation of computers were that computers were stored in buildings. They were so huge in Dad's day that they were literally just, they consumed buildings. But Dad was really good with the PC, and I taught computer classes at one point. And I thought, well, it was a class that taught about the internet and how the internet works, etc. So Dad's in class with me. I'm in with some of my coworkers, and we're with other people in the community, and who also took this class. And a friend of mine is teaching the class, because I taught there. So they're learning how to surf the web and how to type in URL addresses. And the instructor says, let's take a look at the White House webpage. please type in whitehouse.org or .gov. Make sure you type in .gov. That's the key right there. I typed in whitehouse.gov. Dad typed in whitehouse.com. And if you're familiar with that webpage, it's basically an adult webpage. So my page came up, and everyone else's page came up as .gov, picture of the White House. Dad's picture came up with women on the front lawn of the White House, hanging off the iron gates. Dad looked around. I said, Dad, close it. Click X, Dad. Close the window in the upper right corner. He's like, no. Why did I get this? And why? I mean, Dad, just close it. My phone was behind me, just going, oh, way to go, Rupert. I said, Dad, you didn't listen. She said, .org. So that was a great time with Dad. And on the way home, the car was kind of awkwardly silent. And we're driving down this 23, and out of nowhere, my dad says, I swear I thought I typed in God. I said, Dad, don't worry about it. So great memories with Dad. What I'm going to do now is introduce you to Dad's older brother, Charlie. Again, Charlie sponsored us into this country. We grew up doing stuff with their family, etc. And so Charlie, I'm going to wheel you around here, okay? Okay. Do you want to say anything? Okay. All right. Oh, no, that's fine, Charlie. After the service, when we go to the reception, we're going to have more open mic time, so to speak, to allow the family to share some stories while we eat. Also give you an opportunity to share a story about Dad if you would like to do that. I meant to ask this earlier, but is there anyone here from Dad's ITT days? Great. Oh, good. I found Dad's pencil pen holder, shirt pocket holder. I thought, oh, that's ITT. That's one on the table. I believe you have a picture of some of you on the Wi-Fi, so it's good to have you guys there. Here. So, at the reception time, please join us for a lunch and some more storytelling. And again, you'll have a chance to do that as well. Okay, Jeff, you ready? Okay, we have a little media presentation here for you.
Pretty interesting. I don't get to do with a lot of families at a wedding and a funeral. You kind of get to enter into people's lives in different ways, and what I do for a living is a special thing. I think the one thing that is unique is that one of the first families I ever met when I came to Cedar Valley was with both Jerry and Kim. And I remember back in 2002 when we first got here, and it was weird that I remembered this week. We actually prayed for your dad. That particular week, one of the weeks we got together, it was a Friday night. And I didn't know even who Rudy was, but I remember 6 years ago praying for him. And not just praying for anything, but I think the one thing that matters the most, and it's so unique, you read the book of Ecclesiastes to him. The book of Ecclesiastes is all about a guy that gets in his life and he goes, what's important? Like really, when you boil it all down, what is really important? I think the unique thing about getting together for memorial services like this is that we get an opportunity to ask the question, what really matters in life? And we all use all kinds of words to describe who Rudy was, and I've been in one time at the wedding. That's when I got to meet Rudy, and there's all kinds of words that we use to describe him. If you think about even his life, all the things that happened since the